My father-in-law smashed my grandfather's violin the night before my audition, and then he went white when he saw what was actually in the case. I play violin, not as a hobby, it's what I do. I've been in a regional orchestra for 6 years, second stand, and last spring, a principal chair opened up in a much better orchestra 4 states away. The audition was on a Saturday morning. My wife Odile and I were at her parents' house that weekend because her mother's 70th was Friday night. Her father Corwin has hated me since our second Christmas, when he found out how much a working musician actually makes. 4 years of comments, that I should get a real job, that his daughter married a hobby, that he'd hate for her to be supporting a grown man at 40, always with a little laugh at the end so nobody can name it. Odile never said a word to him, not once in 4 years. The violin is my grandfather's. He carried it out of Latvia in 1949, and he taught me on it starting when I was 5. It's not worth an enormous amount of money, it's worth everything else. For a couple weeks before that weekend, Corwin had been making remarks that instruments are so fragile, that it'd be a shame if something happened to it in a strange house, that he'd hate to see me disappointed. I told a guy in my section about it and he laughed and said I should bring a beater in the good case. We both thought that was funny. Then I did it. I put my old student violin, a factory instrument I've had since high school, worth maybe $400, into my grandfather's case, and I put my grandfather's violin in a soft gig bag under the backseat of my car with a blanket over it. Friday night after the party, I was in their kitchen getting water. Corwin came in and didn't sit down. He said, "I'm done being polite with you." Then he picked up the case off the counter, carried it out to the garage, and set it on the concrete floor. I followed him. I want to be clear that I said his name twice and told him to stop. He brought his heel down on it 4 times. Then he opened the lid, took the instrument out by the neck, and broke it across his knee like kindling. He turned around and said, "Now go get a job like a man." So I laughed. Not a nice laugh. I had to put a hand on the workbench. He said, "What is wrong with you?" I told him that was my student fiddle from 10th grade. My grandfather's violin was in my car. His whole face came apart. Not anger, something under it. Then I pointed at my phone, sitting face up on the shelf behind him, which had been recording video since I'd followed him out of the kitchen, because I'd started it the second he said he was done being polite. I told him I had all of it. He said it was his house, and it was just a piece of wood. I told him it was a musical instrument destroyed intentionally in front of a witness on video, that it doesn't matter what he thought it was worth, and that his own words about my career were on that recording too. He put his hand on the workbench, and I watched a 68-year-old man start shaking. Then the door from the kitchen opened, and my wife said, "Dad, is it done?" She stopped when she saw my phone. She'd known. She told me later she'd thought if I didn't get the chair, we wouldn't have to leave her family, and she hadn't known what he was actually going to do, only that he was going to do something. I got in my car at 11 that night and drove 3 hours and slept in a hotel, and played my audition at 9 in the morning. I got the chair. I sent the video to Odile's mother and her brother from the hotel that afternoon. Her mother called me that night. She wasn't defending him. She said she'd watched it twice, and she was sorry. And then she asked me the only question that mattered to her, which was whether Odile knew beforehand. I told her the truth. Her mother moved into the back bedroom that week and told her son exactly why. She's 70 and it's her house too, and she's not going anywhere, but she doesn't sit at a table with him anymore. Corwin paid for a replacement student instrument, $600. His wife made him write the check at the kitchen table and he didn't look up. I filed in August. I've been in my new city since September. Principal second violin, a real contract, health insurance and everything. My grandfather's violin is on a stand in the corner of my apartment where I can see it from the kitchen. The broken one is in a box in my closet. I don't know why I kept it. I think I just wanted something to point at if anybody ever asks me why I left.